We quite like the idea that the crowd is staying in that area in the Czech Republic and Poland, because I think it gives us, Europa, NEPI, it gives us lots of opportunities to invest. We really believe in more of a long-term, 5 to 7 year perspective. I think we think that yields will come down, we think rental levels will improve, and therefore there's good opportunities there.
That's interesting. Where are you looking particularly at different areas? So you're outside of Warsaw, outside of Prague. What are you still staying within Czech and Poland, or are you looking further afield?
We're the biggest landlord in Hungary, so
okay,
we've got that. But we're also in Romania, Bulgaria, Serbia, and also in Croatia. So we've always gone down that area, and it's about knowing your area, knowing your patch, knowing your people, knowing developers, knowing banks. There are banks that are financing. The Austrian banks. People like Bank Austria have just been recapitalised by 7 billion. They've got money to lend. Yes, they're not going to be doing. They're not the German banks, but they are there, and they are lending. I think they lent with Europa just recently. They're with whoever the people who just opened a shopping centre down in Bulgaria. There are things going on. We see AFI that are developing shopping centres in Bucharest, and as Craig said, the shopping centres are full, and people are buying and coming out of with bags. That means that H&M have actually done the largest expansion anywhere in the world in the last 12 months in Romania, across the whole of Romania, opening a shop near enough every month. Now that says something about what they think about the future. You see people like, we'd say negative things about what's going on in Hungary, but then we've seen Mercedes say, okay, but we're opening a plant in Kecskemét. Well, why are they doing that? These guys are seeing opportunities, and we can go in when the crowd are basically saying, oh, we're going to stay in our very nice, secure environments because that's what we see. Fine, do that, because we'll be contrarian, and hopefully we'll find opportunities, and we'll all see benefits.
Yes. No, that's interesting.
And then we'll sell to them when they come over, when they're looking for the return.
It depends how you're coming into the market.
Yeah.
On those markets, and you've got some established funds already in Romania with Europa and NEPI, etc., etc. They've been there, they understand the territory, and it's a long-term game. From our point of view, as I said earlier, we follow the customer and we de-risk that as much as we can. We look at, in those markets, we look very closely at development yield, because that's what I can control. And we won't buy land, we won't go in unless we've got the customer behind us. And in Romania, there are quite a few local funds that are interested in buying the lot size that we are producing, because we're quite happy to sell a 10, 12 million euro shed and take my return on it and move on to the next one. So I think it depends how Daniel's point in terms of volume, I think, is significant in terms of the Slovakia argument. For us, we can go into these markets because we can actually deliver a volume that meets with some of the local investors' appetite.
But you're seeing good growth in Romania.
I think Romania, I'm seeing limited growth just now.
Okay.
In terms of, if I take the volume versus, for example, Poland, it's completely different. But there is corporate occupiers that want to be in that market, serving not just Romania but a much wider marketplace.